Breaking news from the Middle East. Israel has just hit the heart of Iran's nuclear program. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirmed that the Natanz nuclear facility, one of Iran's top nuclear sites, was targeted in Thursday night's military operation. Netanyahu warned that Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs and is actively working to weaponize it, potentially developing a nuclear weapon in a very short time. In a direct address, Netanyahu declared, "We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb." While the extent of the damage remains unknown, this facility was partially destroyed in 2020, and Iran has been building deep underground tunnels to conceal its program. It's unclear if these new structures were hit. Netanyahu issued a grave warning. "We will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons." He fears Iran could provide these nuclear weapons to terrorist proxies, making nuclear terrorism all too real and threatening cities in Europe and eventually America with increasing ballistic missile range. Reports also suggest the Parchin military complex and 5 other military bases around Tehran were hit in these overnight strikes, though independent confirmation and damage assessments are still pending. This is a massive escalation in the ongoing shadow war against Iran's nuclear ambitions. Breaking legal battle. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has just granted a temporary stay, pausing a lower court order that demanded the Trump administration hand back control of California's National Guard to Governor Newsom. This is a major twist in the escalating showdown over federal power and state sovereignty. A federal judge had initially ruled President Trump acted illegally by seizing control of the Guard during the anti-ICE riots in Los Angeles. U.S. District Judge Charles R. Breyer sided with Governor Newsom, declaring Trump's actions exceeded his authority and violated the 10th Amendment. "Federalism is not optional," Breyer wrote. "Even the president cannot legislate by fiat." The order was for control to be returned by June 13th. But late Thursday, the Ninth Circuit stepped in, granting an administrative stay, putting Breyer's order on hold. A new hearing is now set for June 17th. California Attorney General Rob Bonta had praised the initial ruling, blasting Trump's actions as illegal, a trampling of state sovereignty, and something that escalated tension, not quelled unrest. Bonta vehemently argued there was no justification for a military response in LA, accusing Trump of using forces to intimidate and quiet those who disagree with him. He vowed to keep taking Trump to court each and every time he breaks the law. However, the Trump administration vehemently disagrees, with White House spokeswoman Anna Kelly asserting the lower court's order was unprecedented and put brave federal officials in danger. Kelly defended the president's lawful authority to mobilize the Guard to protect federal property in what she called Gavin Newsom's lawless Los Angeles. The administration is promising to immediately appeal. This is a high-stakes legal and political battle playing out in real time, with profound implications for the balance of power between the White House and the states. Major alert! The Department of Justice is warning U.S. attorneys nationwide to prepare for criminal investigations ahead of massive anti-Trump protests planned for this Saturday. Thousands are expected to join No Kings demonstrations across the country, protesting Trump administration policies. These rallies coincide with a large military parade in Washington, D.C. for the Army's 250th anniversary, which organizers are calling a made-for-TV display of dominance for President Trump's birthday. The DOJ is clear. While they respect the right to peaceful protest, they will not tolerate unlawful violence and destruction of property. U.S. attorneys have been advised that federal charges may need to be filed if these protests turn violent. This warning comes after several days of violent riots in Los Angeles and New York City. Organizers of No Kings described their movement as a nationwide day of defiance to reject authoritarianism, asserting the flag doesn't belong to President Trump, it belongs to us. We're not watching history happen, we're making it. While DC itself isn't a primary No Kings protest site, partner events are planned within the capital, alongside major rallies in cities like Philadelphia, Virginia, and Maryland. The stakes are high as the nation braces for a weekend of both public celebration and intense political confrontation. A shocking incident just unfolded in Los Angeles. A Democrat senator was forcibly removed after crashing a press conference held by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, leading to immediate outrage from California Governor Gavin Newsom. The scene turned chaotic when Senator Alex Padilla, DCal, loudly spoke over Secretary Noem and advanced toward the podium. Authorities quickly pushed him out of the room, ordering him to put his hands up. This happened moments after Noem declared DHS was staying here to liberate this city from the socialist and the burdensome leadership of the governor and mayor. The DHS claims Padilla didn't initially identify himself or wear his Senate security pin, leading agents to believe he was an attacker. Footage, however, shows Padilla stating, "I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary," as he was escorted out. Secretary Noem later confirmed FBI personnel even began handcuffing the senator in the hallway before realizing his identity. Despite a brief private meeting where Noem said things were okay, Padilla later publicly claimed he was forced to the ground, using the incident to blast the administration's treatment of citizens. Noem fired back, calling his statement absolutely ridiculous, describing his behavior as completely inappropriate and suggesting he wanted the scene. California Governor Gavin Newsom quickly weighed in on X, calling the incident outrageous, dictatorial, and shameful, directly blaming the Trump administration and its shock troops for Padilla's detention. This clash marks a dramatic escalation in the ongoing political tensions surrounding the Los Angeles riots.